program. WideSide Sports is here. I'm Randy, sitting alongside Seth, a.k.a. Peanut Butter Jones.
Whoop, whoop. Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you would do. I was on the radio. There was an intro to something on ESPN, and they played the peanut butter jelly thing.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, and a baseball bat.
Yeah, I don't know why that was a thing.
I don't either. It was a YouTube thing.
And it ran, though.
Oh, yeah. That kid in the banana suit.
Yeah. Dude, I was going to say just on the internet thing of it was a tic-tacker that I seen, but I didn't get it. The way it happened is I seen it, and I, happened to be at work or whatever, and I got a phone call. I took that, and then I kind of hung up, and then, and opened it, and it resets, and I couldn't find it again. It was the dude. It was a guy, I don't know, fucking 50s.
Yeah.
Like skinny, like black leather, face painted like a gimp.
Oh, ooh. Yeah.
And it just like pops up and it's like, whoa. And he's like, this is like a singing telegram thing. And he goes and blows on that, like the tune thing. It's like,
yeah.
And he goes, bump, your sister Rose is dead. That was it. That was the whole video. It's like, it's awesome.
Wow. I did not expect that to go that way.
It was just like,
yeah.
Oh, this is going to get weird.
Yeah.
Of like just how the guy was dressed. Of like, and then it does that. It's like, I'm glad I hung around for that because that was pretty funny.
I don't want to see what pops up on your feet next, though.
Yeah.
A bunch of gimps singing. Oh, whew.
That was in a decent enough scroll that's when it starts getting into political. Like,
yeah.
They give you the funny, and then they like start
throwing bullshit,
start throwing tits and politics into it. Of like, hey, I don't
care.
You're not freeing nipples on this site.
Yeah.
I don't care. Pornhub exists. Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a
I don't
thing.
need that on the talk.
The talk it's getting very, very funny with just the amount of stupid, like the amount of shit like that.
Yeah.
Like people have come up with that, and when it pops onto my feed, I find it very funny. Hell, the little funny, quirky things that I send you all the time make me laugh way harder than I should. Like the thing with Steve Martin, the one I sent you today? Yeah, it's hilarious. Oh, did you, I saw it with Eddie Murphy because obviously I don't watch the fucking like Actors Awards.
I didn't even know that happened.
Neither did I. But did you listen to that?
I didn't listen to it. I read a transcript of it. But
when he's just like, I give you the things to live by or whatever, and he goes, pay your taxes, mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife out your motherfucking mouth.
We didn't forget Will.
No. Like, thank God Eddie Murphy did that.
Yeah.
He's not catching any backlash of that. It's fucking Eddie Murphy, for God's sake.
Yeah, it is one of those fucking the awards circuit, man. Like people just, hey, let's get together and make it this big thing to give awards to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Eddie Murphy, have you seen the new movie him and Jonah Hill are advertising? It's called You People. I think it's a Netflix movie, and it's exactly what it is. Jonah Hill wants to marry Eddie Murphy's daughter.
Oh.
And like it's Eddie Murphy, and his wife is hilarious too, and it's Julia Louis-Dreyfus and somebody else that are funny that are Jonah Hill's parents.
Okay.
And Jonah Hill's is Jewish, obviously, so they're doing the Jewish thing, and then obviously them being black. And there's just a clip on there of her meeting Jonah Hill's parents, and it's like that awkward, like, oh, I had a black friend in college, like that kind of stuff, and it looks so fucking funny just from those like little interpretations.
Nice.
And then like slavery gets brought up at like the family dinner. And the dad goes, well, the Jews were not liked in the history. And they're like, are we comparing the Holocaust and slavery right now? It just looks hilarious.
I'll have to give that a watch.
I can't remember if it's a Netflix movie or not, but it's called You People. Oh, my God, it looks so funny. It looks so funny.
I finally did sign up. I did the 7-day free trial for Paramount because I hadn't seen Maverick yet.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah, no, it was good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Bringing that in, and also I watched the Tulsa King.
Is that any
Very
good?
good.
Yeah, I've heard
very
it's good.
But on the Maverick thing, and this ties back into our TikToking thing is I got to cut it together, and it involves a video that you sent me.
Okay. Are telling.
The one you sent me with the I'm Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Buttfucker 3000.
Yeah.
Just with all the stuff through the Top Gun movie. Of Maverick, Rooster, Buttfucker 3000. I need to, I want to clip that in because I think that would be funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the map, it's good. I was shocked of how good it was, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It just being that so long apart from it. And
yeah.
You know.
Really good. Intrigued on it. Like, never had a pick up the phone moment in it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how you gauge things now.
And very...
I mean, the ending, go fuck yourself. But, you know.
Yeah.
Got a little...
Lovey-dovey? Is that what you're saying?
No, just like on the whole... being the hero thing and stuff, like kind of how it ended.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't know if people haven't seen it, I don't want to say anything.
It's been out for quite some time,
yeah,
so go ahead.
Of just like the down, okay, we'll go over here and find this, and then we'll get away. Of like that, it's like you had this tight thing, and then it kind of went. Ugh.
Oh, where they like you just steal the random.
Yeah, it's like okay,
yeah.
So that one was the only one looking for you. That was it. Nobody else was like, hey, there might be somebody in the area.
Yeah. No, I knew what you mean, but they got to make it a little far fetched there.
Well, the one thing was like, boy, man, they really the way I assume Meg Ryan just didn't want to be in the movie.
Yeah, I would just guess
because the way that guy like when your mom died, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you have the Iceman thing. It's like, fuck, Tom Cruise still look like he's 23.
I know. Val Kilmer looks horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did go through cancer.
Well, you know, people don't look good after that. Gain some weight.
But it was like, boy, everybody's done because they couldn't bring back the original girl because she looks like a fucking like a
the
hippo that
girl
got bashed in the face with a Mack truck. The original girl from the original Top Gun is love interest.
Yeah, yeah. What's her name?
I don't know.
Hippo, I guess. Tubby
Magoo. But it was like, because I remember when that was coming out, like they're showing pictures,
like Jennifer Connelly,
like then and now.
Yeah.
It was like Tom Cruise. He looks exactly the fucking same as he did in that movie.
Yeah.
And they showed her from the movie and showed her now. It was like, boo, she will not be in the sequel. I guarantee that was a Tom Cruise of like, hey,
no, she's too fat and ugly.
Let's just, let's make a storyline where I come back and meet Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, exactly. Just make her a random character because she's not even mentioned in the first one, is she?
Who, Jennifer Connelly? No.
Yeah.
No, she didn't exist until he came back to teach for a week or whatever it was before he got fired. Well, because Jennifer Connelly, I mean, like, people when I say our age, I mean somebody listening to this has like one of the most iconic scenes for like teenage boys where she's riding that little fucking horse.
Yeah.
Of like, and everybody's just watching her. Of like,
the Kelly McGinnis, is that her name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you looking her up?
Yeah, I want to see how bad she looks. Her name's Kelly McGinnis.
I think, yeah.
Is her name Charlie in the movie?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's look at what Kelly McGinnis looks like now. She didn't look good in that one picture, so.
Bring it.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, like she
does not look the same. Oh, man, she aged horribly.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. It looks like somebody's grandma.
Well, she is. I'm sure
she is, but
almost like she got in a car wreck.
Yeah.
And her face went through the windshield. But it happened in like Afghanistan. And they just didn't have the technology. All they had was like hammers and stones. And like,
just rubbed them on her face.
A glue made out of camel feces.
Yeah.
To, close the wounds.
Doesn't look that bad. It's just old.
Not good. But when they side by side it with Tom Cruise, it's like, fuck, guy looks like he's.
Yeah. It's that one god he worships or whatever it is. Apparently, that's science, man.
Come on.
He, you know what? He gets a lot of shit, but I love his movies. His movies are awesome.
He's the only one. Like when people, like he's a fucking movie star.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
There just aren't. I mean, and I think Tarantino had said that when he was on like Two Bears, One Cave or whatever. Was, like people think like Robert Downey Jr. thinks he's a movie star. He's not.
No.
Iron Man is.
Yeah.
And that got proven when you made your next movie.
Exactly.
And nobody watched it.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to Sherlock Holmes, because again, Sherlock Holmes is the famous one.
Exactly.
It's like the characters are, it's not you. Like Tom Cruise has enough build up. Tom Cruise makes a movie, I'm going to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's not many.
No, there's not.
'cause some of them that are, like Brad Pitt's one, but he kind of went on a chasing an Oscar kind of thing, and Leo kind of gets that way too, of like, you're making horse shit for
I will
for
watch
awards.
those when I know who directs it and what the movie's about. If Leo's in a Tarantino or a Scorsese movie, I'll fucking watch that one because I know that they're just making a good movie.
Yeah.
They're not.
And then, he gets in some of these ones that like you start chasing stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's bad to say, but Tom Hanks used to be that way. If he made a movie, I'm going to watch it. But he's kind of fucked around for a couple.
Yeah, I can't remember the last one.
Like this auto movie that they're chasing, I'm not going to fucking watch that.
I don't even know if I've even heard of it.
It's like an old guy that's kind of mean.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Seems like it's kind of like how Clint Eastwood was in Gran Torino, maybe not as racist, but kind of just that.
Not calling anybody's
just pissed
heads.
off at everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need that.
No, because Tom Hanks is a nice guy.
Yeah, I don't need that.
I don't need mean Tom Hanks.
Now, you want to play a serial killer? All in. Because I'd love to see that.
Yeah, he would. I feel like he would be a good one. I feel like
great.
he would just be
like Kevin Costner and Mr. Brooks. Fucking love that.
Good movie. Good movie.
And that's another one where Kevin Costner, because there's two that came out in that time frame, like him and Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves wanting to make, another
Constantine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And them saying no, like, go fuck yourself. Costner wanted to make a second to Mr. Brooks,
yeah.
and like nobody's like, what the fuck is wrong? That is a great fucking movie.
It was a good movie. Yeah, I enjoyed that one a lot. I guarantee most people have never seen that movie.
Probably not.
Yeah, it is good. But yeah, I know what you're saying. There's some
which I don't understand. Like the movie going experience is kind of gone. Basically, it's Tom Cruise is propping up movie theaters.
Yeah.
Because Avatar, go fuck yourself. I'm not watching it.
No,
it's 3 hours.
Yeah, and it's really not that. Like you're watching Avatar. You're watching how cool it looks.
Yeah, you're watching Smurfs because that's the storyline.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
except there's not one Smurf that everybody bangs. There's multiple. Yeah. I never got that at the Smurfs.
Fucking trained on her.
Smurfette.
Jeez,
are these all your siblings and your sons?
Yeah, yeah. How are you guys?
Yeah,
there's always a baby around. Where'd that?
That comes from you're the only Smurfette.
Yeah. But that was a lot of it. I'd listened to a guy that watched it, and he was just like, his review of it is like, every scene is like 90 seconds of a picturesque thing of where they're at.
Yeah.
The scene gets done, and then it's a 90-second outro of it.
Oh, my God.
Of like, I don't have
that.
time for that.
No. James Cameron, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I spent 30,000 years on this movie. Well, quit doing that.
Yeah.
Make another Terminator.
Yeah. You made a lot of good shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the first one was okay, I guess, but I didn't watch it until somebody just had it playing. Like,
yeah, it wasn't anything I went out of my way to watch.
No, and I'm not going to go out of my way to watch this one just because
I don't have 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I'll watch it at some point in time, but over like a week.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just keep remembering where it's at.
Like, I remember watching the first one, and that was like, yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the effects and stuff, that's awesome. Cool shit that they did.
Yeah.
Made this whole planet. But then it was like, people are killing themselves because they're so depressed because they can't go to this place. Of like,
yeah,
fucking what?
Yeah.
It ain't that good.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like you left the plot hole of like the same thing you fuck that chick with, you stuck in that flying horse. I mean,
I know. I thought the same thing.
That's just you're just gonna just put that out there, and that's a thing, and that's okay, and that's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you got to butt fuck this horse if you want it to fly.
That's it. I thought that was so weird the first time I watched it. I was like, is he having sex with the horse right now? Yeah. Doesn't seem to like it.
And speaking of butt fucking, this is a funny thing.
Transition.
Yeah, because it just happened.
Oh.
Yeah. I was at the BP down.
I like how this is going.
All right. And so, down by that roundabout.
Yeah.
We can agree, pretty busy road.
Yeah. Yep.
and out by the road is the air for your tires.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm pulling in to get something, and there's a guy putting air in his tires, and it's hey, we'll say this that it was an SUV, in the $90,000 range.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like
wasn't a piece of shit.
Yeah. He's down on one knee, bent over, putting air in this tire.
Ass cracking.
Facing the road. And when I say ass crack,
like his pants are below his cheeks.
If he would have moved in a certain direction, there would have been full butthole facing the road. Because I pulled in it was a double take of like, and I'm looking. I don't know if there was. Yeah, because the vehicle was facing me as I'm pulling in, and I look and I double take and I start laughing. I don't know if there's somebody like in the passenger seat watching me laugh, but it was like it's 38 degrees at you have to feel that. I'm a guy.
My ass is a little cold.
I have ass problems with pants falling down. Like I'm well aware when the crack might be out. Yeah. Well aware.
Oh yeah.
Of like, come on, man. Like that is full
asshole.
Like if you popped a turd out, it wouldn't touch your pants. Like it would have just went on the ground. Like that's. I mean, but it was just like like nothing fucking like, and obviously at the time that we're doing this, in the time frame, 40 cars probably went by.
Yeah, and it's a busy ass road.
It was like what is
it's funny.
It's not like the wind. It's also raining and the wind is blowing.
Yeah, your ass is out.
There's no way that
you just didn't give a fuck. I don't care if everybody looks at my ass.
Butthole winking out to the public, man. I mean, which is fine if that's what you're into. I mean,
that's funny. That's funny. I like how you said, speaking of butt fucking, that's what do.
I mean, somebody could have.
Yeah, they could.
Like, there's people walking around there all the time, coming from the restaurant that they live. I love it that they've walked a path through these people's yards.
I know.
Just fucking dead.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, very realistically, within 10 seconds, he could have been butt fucked.
Yeah.
By somebody. If they really wanted it, they could have had it. And there was not much he could do. Yeah. In the position that he was in. Just daggered it. Bam.
Yeah. Had to come ready to go.
Yeah. Just run up and just, take that.
Like harpooning a fish.
But it's, I wish, cause obviously it was coming through that roundabout. Some people are just so fucking stupid and then don't know how to use it. And like it's a stoplight. That if the traffic would have backed up, there would have been some lady like, sir.
Yeah.
I find it offensive that your butthole is facing me and it looks angry.
Looks like an angry old man's face.
Sucked on a lemon. Ooh.
I watched a movie that I feel like you would enjoy.
Okay.
It's called The Menu.
I've seen a lot of, I don't know what it's on or whatever, but I've seen a lot of things.
In the illegal way that I watch movies. I really do feel like you would enjoy it. It's I don't know. I guess you could call it horror, but it's more the psychological thriller.
Oh, it's not about a restaurant?
It is.
Oh.
It is.
I thought it was just like a cooking show.
No. So there's this really famous chef, world famous chef, whatever, owns an island, has his restaurant on an island, and you have to pay a lot of money to go visit this guy's,
Is it like an Epstein thing?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, he didn't diddle anybody.
Really famous. Island.
Well, he cooks all these this small portioned all these fancy foods and stuff like that. Well, that's kind of the backstory. These people are, you have to almost be invited to go try it. Well, as it's going, you just come to find out that all these people that were invited are on his shit list, and he invited there just to force them to eat this food and then murder them all.
Oh.
Yeah, so it ends up being
nice.
Pretty, I'm not going to say anything else because it's kind of new, but
I feel like you've given away most of the movie.
There's a lot of good stuff, but just I feel like it's your kind of horror because you like that kind of stuff. Yeah, the chef's
obviously the hero.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
The way I see it.
Yeah, and he just goes down the list of why each person is there and what he's like, this is why you're there. And the one, it was like a critic. And he, whatever, he goes, you didn't, I didn't feel like you didn't interview me after you didn't really get to feel the part of it, and that's why you're here. And unfortunately, you're dying. That's what he says. I was like, oh, okay. It's just going down the fucking list.
That's awesome.
And one, there's like a actor in it, and happens to be like John Leguizamo, and the guy goes, well, what the hell am I here for? I've never been here before. And he goes, on my only day off, it was a Sunday afternoon, and I popped in one of your movies, and I was so horrified that I wasted my time watching it, that you're going to die. Like, seriously,
that's
I'm like,
fucking great.
It was a good, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that would be, I'm like, Randy and I don't see eye to eye on the horror section of things, but I'm like, this might be one he would enjoy.
I like horrors.
I know.
Don't get me wrong.
I know.
Movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're on different sides of the fence of what we describe as
horror. Your horror is more of the realistic, and mine's more of the slasher bugaboo. Yeah.
There's a bunch of fucking aliens here. Fuck people.
I think the difference.
I thought that was going to slide by.
I was thinking, and then I reheard it. I think I'm more willing to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
And like, if you're the no, I don't like it. No, I'm not watching it.
Well, mine's I don't mind the far-fetched stuff. Obviously, I watch a lot of far-fetched shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm really upset of the horror movie where you're just jump scaring people. Like, hey, you're not even trying. No. That's like some bullshit I'm really upset with the Jordan Peele stuff. Like, he is getting,
I tell you,
he is getting hand jobs that he didn't earn.
I liked his,
I liked that he doesn't make good stuff.
Yeah. But I liked his first two ones. The one with the alien was so bad.
Yeah.
I did not like that one whatsoever. Granted, I had a different, I don't know, maybe I just had a different thing of what the alien was supposed to be. But yeah. I don't know, it could have been that too. But yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff in there that
I think you would like some of the A24 stuff that they've come out with. I know this, but they're quick. They're like an hour and 25 minutes. And I think like there's no there's not a backstory. There's not you know what I mean? There's not a storytelling that takes up an hour of the fucking film.
I think I guess I would be more in the horror combined suspense.
Yeah.
As I'm going to need a bit of a fucking storyline as opposed to
some random guys here just to slash people. Yeah.
Of like just this forced dialogue of well, we got to burn 40 minutes. It's like, well, you could have just made it a half hour and put it on fucking YouTube. Mm-hmm. I mean, because you burned a bunch of time that, I don't
wasted
get that
my time. Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't give my time for nobody. But yeah, the Tulsa King or King of Tulsa King?
Tulsa King, yeah, with Sly.
Good. I didn't know. Buddy of mine said he'd watch it. Said, hey, it was good. And after he'd seen an episode he kind of described it. And I'm like, I'll give it after I had it. I got this for a week. So
yeah. Might as well try it.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
That I thought it was going to be.
Did you still have it? Is it gone?
No, I still have it.
Watch you don't have to watch any of the other Yellowstone stuff, but watch the 1883.
I don't even think Yellowstone is on it.
Oh, really? I'm pretty sure that they own it. Like Paramount owns it.
Yeah, but it is not listed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Like the 1883 is listed, the 1923.
Yeah.
I assume the next one, 1963, will be the...
Yeah. But the 1883, I really, really, really enjoyed. I mean, Sam Elliott, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, it's...
That seems to me like one that I would.
Yeah, it's
because it's the start of it, as opposed to I've never watched Yellowstone, but to my mind, it's just they're trying to take our land.
Yeah, kill them.
And that's okay.
To me, Yellowstone is just country Sons of Anarchy.
To me, it would be fucking great if they actually did.
Took the land? Yeah.
I can't have 5 seasons of just fucking yelling this.
Yeah.
Like you need to fucking lose.
Yeah.
Take the fucking land.
Yeah. It's a lot of land.
Yeah.
Can't own all of it.
Yeah.
Dick. Yeah, I did like 1883.
The funny thing is the big stud fucking dude that everybody loves, all the women love. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like, is the fucking redhead guy from Dazed and Confused. It's like, that's your guy. Like, you're like, oh, I love that, but you also hate redheads. So
yeah,
maybe. And it seems like his wife's a whore and fucks everybody, but he doesn't care because he loves her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've never seen it. But
I've never watched an episode.
It's also like The Walking Dead kid that works for me. He'd never seen an episode. Oh. He's in season 2.
Yeah.
And I just can't. Of like, I'm done with the zombie shit.
Up until like season 5, it's fucking good. And then after, it's just literally the same shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like you could have done it after this, and then I think it would have been one of the best shows of all time.
It was kind of, from my understanding, kind of when John Bernthal was starting to move out of it. That's kind of where
well, he's like 3 seasons. He's not in season 3, so he's only in 2 seasons, and those are the 2 best seasons by far. But as soon as they, I don't know, I think it's like right after season 5 or season 6 is when I quit watching it. It's just because it got too much. Like, you're adding all these people, and it's like, okay, well, what's your goal?
Yeah.
Like, you find out after the first season that their original goal is no longer available. So what's now your ultimate goal? Where are you going? Why don't you just fucking stay in one spot?
Yeah.
No, I think the zombie one that's coming to HBO you'd like.
Well, that's the weird one, because I seen that's coming. I'm like, really? We're doing a fucking another one? Like, yeah. What are we on? Well, aren't we on to the next thing?
Yeah, but it's the... I'm not a big video game guy, but it was one of the ones I played, and it was an awesome video game.
Oh, it's a video game thing?
Yeah, it's based off a video game. Yeah.
Because it was kind of like the same with the vampire thing. Like, that had its run.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's Robert Pattinson, and he looks like diamonds. And I was like, okay, go fuck yourself. And you're a terrible Batman also, just to throw that in there.
No, The Last of Us, I think it's going to be, if it's anything like the video game was fun as hell to play, and I think it's probably going to be the same.
I got in a heated debate with that same kid because one, I said, like, first of all, like the only zombie thing to watch at this point in time, like Zombieland's funny.
Yeah,
I like that.
Exactly.
And I said Shaun of the Dead, and he's like, "What's that?" I'm like,
"You've never seen Shaun of the Dead? Shaun of the Dead is awesome."
I said, "Have you seen Hot Fuzz?" He's like, "No, I've never even heard of it." I'm like, "Okay,
well, this conversation's done."
Then we got in an argument about the same thing of like, because he liked the Batman.
Oh God.
And then I told him of like, well, he fucking killed that guy.
Because the very beginning of the movie,
100%. He doesn't kill anybody. He's like, okay. Well, he beat that guy to a fucking pulp, cracked his skull, and then left him.
Yeah. He's dead.
Did that look like an area where fucking emergency services just fucking strolls? Oh, there's a guy that's fucking head cracked open. Let's help him.
I'm vengeance.
I'm a peeping Tom. Fucking so weird.
I am darkness.
She's hot.
I am the night.
Was in an area where something might be going down, so I'll put my eyeshadow on and go watch her from across the street with my binoculars. I have a cat.
Hey, what? What's the oh God, what's the dude who did all those TBS shows and he made fun of all the superheroes?
Pete Holmes?
God, fucking
hilarious.
Funny. His fucking Batman is so good. It's so fucking good.
The first one I ever seen was when he kind of did the Dark Knight, and he did the screeching.
Yeah.
He goes, that's what a bat would sound like.
The first one I ever watched was him making fun of Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Wolverine, you're fired.
Yeah.
Why? Our only guy we face all the time, he controls metal. That's what you are. Yeah, but I have claws. He's like, yeah, you have metal. He's like, you don't do anything else. You just have claws. He's like, what if Magneto's on a bridge? I'm going to run. You're going to run to a bridge.
The one of his Batman where he's like in the room and he's like, I don't kill people. And like you kill everybody. They're like, no, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
It's like the guy jumps up and he throws a knife through his neck and he goes, I knocked him out.
His stand-up's pretty funny too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing I ever seen of him is he used to just make little clips or whatever, and it ended up on whatever, Daniel Tosh.0.
Okay.
It was just a clip, and he was playing a doctor. And he comes into the patient's room, and he's like, hey, the way I like to handle things is just as an everyday conversation.
Uh-huh.
And the patient's like, oh, okay. And he goes, how you doing? The guy's like, pretty good. He goes, that's weird because you have cancer.
That's funny.
His whole he got it. His show didn't last long on. Yeah, which those interview shows suck anyways, but his monologue, the whole wash my damn towels monologue that he did was fucking hilarious. But yeah, he's good. Like you catch him on, like he's very quick, very.
When he's talking about like science and molecules. And stuff, it doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm molecules, you're molecules, my molecules know that I'm pee. Ooh. Oh shit.
Well, that's another one I got because you don't think about like Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
Because obviously he was a stand-up.
And
he was talking about, I was listening to him on a show, and he was talking about the first, because he said he was kind of one of the rare ones, that the first one that he ever did, like his first 5 minutes, he killed.
Yeah.
Because that's usually you bomb. And it was all based on, because he was a nerd going to college.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was all about wanting to discover something that he can name after himself.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, could you imagine that? Like if you design this for like a submarine that they could go faster, and it was like, we're traveling 5 Nanjiamis. And that was his whole take. I'm like, that's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah. No, he's fun. I like him in movies. The one with him and the hot black chick on Netflix was good.
That was great.
Yeah. It was good.
Well, him, because he got Silicon Valley was his thing. And the other guy that's in it, not like the main character, but the like the dark-haired guy with the dark beard that's kind of that monotoned, funny guy.
Yeah.
He's in Tulsa King.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like the serious gangster movie because he's a mafia guy.
Yeah.
And then this guy is just like, there's just enough funny, like he's just funny of like, he just breaks it up enough that it's like, all right, I kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Because it can't be all serious all the time. You got to have some funny stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing some thinking the other day because I, I'd seen something and it, kind of triggers a memory. I actually think it was, what was I? Oh, I was rewatching News Radio.
Okay.
It's a good show. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's a scene in there where the guy that owns the radio company, he's like a multi-billionaire, and it was like, he's always talking about other like talking shit like to Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's going to go in a hot air balloon around the world. And that was his thing. And it got me thinking when I was a kid in elementary school, they did a hot air balloon launch from the old, obviously down there, it's not there anymore, but from the old school. So, like everybody comes out and has to watch this and they blow it up. And just standing there, obviously, it's a flamethrower in that fucking thing.
Exactly.
And there's a kid that's in our class. I don't even know his fucking name.
Okay.
I don't even know if he graduated. I don't know if he's alive.
Okay.
Like, it's one that, like,
you
I can picture exactly what he looks like.
But
he was standing next to me. And it was, but then you just like, I have no thought of him after like third grade or whatever it was. But they're filling the hot air balloon, so they're pumping that flame in there, and he was like like a teacher's assistant was next to him, and he's like, "Hey, if you stick your hand in there, just burn it right off." And it being like in that third grade age of like what the fuck? Like that was what you had to say.
Touch that flame.
Burn your hand off. And then that got me onto another thought of, and this is, it was obviously there's one guy, if he listens to this show still, that went to school with me, so he'll know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it was in like 6th, 7th grade. This kid that used a walker.
Okay.
And then when I hit him, because that's where the story's going.
Okay.
we're in class, and it was just got me this thinking like how it goes today. But he had it like a teacher's aide thing, but it was his aide. Like she went when he had to use a walker to get around.
Yeah.
So she always sat right next to him in his in rows. And he was an okay kid, but like it was one of those things where he was just doing something, and it was fucking and he sat right behind me.
Yeah.
It might have been like he flicked the back of my head just trying to be funny or whatever.
Yeah.
He did it too many times.
Turned around and punched him?
Oh, right in the chest.
Okay.
But it was one of those ones where I spun and I punched him. It was like a punch and hold.
Uh-huh.
Where I punched him in the middle of the chest and then pinned him against the back of his seat and just kept pushing.
Uh-huh.
And then I let up and turned around. And I hear him start crying, you know.
Fucking bully.
Yeah. But here's the best part.
Yeah.
The adult watched this all happen.
Yeah.
And he's like, like this. And she goes, well, you deserved it. And I'm just like, I would I would have been.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, number one, why'd you let him hit him in the back of the head, lady?
Yeah, you watched this happen. Like, hey, man, you fuck around.
Yeah.
And you found out that I wasn't fucking for it. Now, thinking about it further, 100% 7th grade history class. I know exactly where we were. I can tell you the color of the room. But it was just like, of that snap moment of like, hey, then you think of, a little later you think about, the guy walks with a walker, probably shouldn't have punched him in the chest.
Yeah.
Maybe his bones are brittle. I don't know. But just the thought of an adult woman going, well, you deserved it.
That reminded me just of handicapped people. There was a kid
that you fought.
No, I didn't fight them. I'm riding to school with somebody and we're kind of late. And he is I guess you could call him an administrator in the school at the time. This kid, we're pulling into the parking lot at the school and we're late. So he's pulling in very fast and coming into his parking spot. Well, as he's coming into his parking spot, this kid runs right in front of him and he fucking hits him with the car. This is the administrator. And I'm in the back seat. He goes, oh my God, we just hit that kid. And the kid pops up and he goes, please don't tell my mom. And runs into the school. And we're like, oh my God. I was like, he shouldn't have been walking by him. He didn't need to walk by himself. He was in the unit. Yeah. He was in the ESC. I mean, it's like, please don't tell my mom.
Oh my God, I hit that
kid. I was like, we just hit that kid.
I've never seen somebody get hit by a vehicle before, and I want to.
Ugh.
But like in a funny, hit in a funny way. Not like a tragic. I mean, I'm for that too.
Have you ever had your toes ran over?
I've ran my own toes over before on shit. I mean,
I've had my foot ran over.
I mean, I'm no, I ain't. I'm not no punk bitch.
We had a tree, a small like cherry blossom tree that was in like the front part of the garden in our I don't know, in the front of our house, I guess. Well, when you pull into the garage and you back up out of the garage and you take the angle to pull then out of the driveway, if you don't turn it quick enough, you'll hit that tree. Or if you gun it out of the fucking garage and go straight back up, you're going to hit the fucking tree. Either way, if you don't turn sharp, you're going to hit this tree.
Yeah.
Sister's got her license for maybe a week, and I'm standing outside, and I'm watching her back out, and I'm going, hey, you're going to hit the tree. You're going to hit the tree. And she stops, and I now walking closer to her, and she must have just like, oh, he didn't need anything, and then puts it in reverse and just fucking knocks me down with the goddamn car. She stops, she goes, what are you doing back there? You know I'm backing up. I said, you're going to hit the fucking tree, and you hit me. Oh, yeah. So I've been hit by a car, but not in a, like, it hit me enough to, like, knock me on my ass. But
I had this when I was...
And she had the audacity to say, I wasn't going to hit the tree. I was like, I don't get you hit me.
You fucking hit me. I did. It was parked exit kind of behind our house or whatever. My vehicle that I had in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was wintertime. And, it's frosty out. Like I got the front windshield and I'm, put it in reverse and just kind of bump something. And I'm like, fuck. Obviously the window's frosty and it hadn't defrosted yet.
Yeah.
Like, and my fucking car won't go backwards. I was like, my transmission slipping. So I put it in park and I put it in bank and I was like, backed up again. Fucking won't go. Get out of the vehicle. Yeah, my sister had parked her car behind me, and I was just bumping into it, and like, why the fuck can't I go in reverse?
Nothing tops that story that I have. I ever told you that story? When I monster truck rallied Luke's car?
No.
All right, Luke, he'll enjoy this, because you remember, he was staying at my house. He thought it was always funny to park as close, and I was in my truck, I had my truck at the time. I always thought it was funny to park close as possible to the back of me anytime he stayed there. And this is in the summer. We had morning workouts. I'm late. I'm running late. Hop in my car, look in my mirror, don't see him, put it in reverse, fucking gun it. My back tires are in his windshield. I fucking went over top of it. I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm like, what the hell? My mom fucking slaps me in the face. What the fuck is wrong with you? I go into the house and I'm crying. I'm like, look, I hit your car. I ran over your car. He looks out the window. He goes, it'll be okay. And he goes back to fucking sleep. Goes back to sleep. I mean, I was over top of his fucking car. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive to get it off. Oh, yeah. I went over top of that fucking car. Oh, it was awful. I felt horrible. Yeah. So now I always double check. The funny thing is, like, you know, you're in high school. We slept in the same bed. Like, I knew he fucking stayed that night. Like, wow. Well, it was a good time.
I guess it's not true when I say I haven't seen anybody get hit by a car. But this is a caveat. I think maybe I've said this on the show before. I did witness a guy run himself over.
Oh, okay.
With his vehicle in high school.
Yeah, you have said this before, yeah. Yeah.
I did witness that, but it was more slow and tragic. Like, well, yeah, you did that to yourself. So. Oh, yeah. It just, like, I've seen some almost hits, like some almost, but, you know, I don't want to see something at 30 mile an hour, but like 15, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I hate witnessing a wreck.
Whatever the speed is that your shoes come off, like, that's the max.
Like tennis shoes or flip-flops?
Oh, no, tennis shoes. Okay. Like, you get hit by a car.
That might be 30.
No. Oh, no.
You think 15?
No, you get hit by a car at 15, like your shoes are coming off.
Okay.
Like, because you're going to flip up on the hood, and that's just too much whiplash.
Gotcha. For a shoe.
And they're probably going to get some distance.
Yeah.
Just like,
where's my shoe?
hey, what just happened? Like, I want him to be hurt, but not overly hurt. Yeah. Like, funny hurt.
Yeah. Like,
your little bro, you broke your leg. Funny.
I don't like witnessing wrecks. Like, I then start to be like, oh God, like what? So I'm turning down the road that leads in front of the refineries.
Yeah.
I'm in the turn lane. Guy's pulling out and then pulls out in front of him, then tries to miss the guy who he pulls out in front of, and then whips it sideways, and then just gets fucking T-boned right there. And when I say I'm right there, I mean like I did one of these, and me and the guy who got hit are staring in the fucking eyes, and like my eyes are like this, like I'm fucking scared shitless. My hands are shaking, and the guy looks at me in mouth. Are you okay? Like I'm fucking fine. I didn't get hit. I didn't even have shrapnel hit my car. He goes, and he went, I'm okay. I'm like, I'm turning. I got to go to work. Like, I'm not concerned if you're okay. You idiot.
I haven't seen a lot of wrecks. Like, I've heard a lot of wrecks.
Do you know where my mom lives? Like, can you picture it?
Not really.
Okay. So I'm going to use my hands on the table.
Paint a picture for me, Big Daddy.
So as you come up on this hill off of 67, there's a slight curve uphill. And then once you get, past the curve, you can see our weight room building, and then you can see the house.
Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake, do you just want to give her address out on the show?
I can. If you want me to.
Jesus, dude.
Either way, who cares?
Maybe they want to use your weight room.
It's not. It's closed now. So
it's closed.
It's closed. There's nothing in it anymore. Car coming from the lake is going like they ain't clocking whatever the math they used to figure out how fast he was going, like 110 up this hill on this curve, loses control, rolls through. We have 4 acres is the property line.
Yeah.
Rolls through the stone driveway, misses the tree, flips over top of the actual driveway, lands in the bushes on the other side of the house. Car is in front of the house upside down. The guy gets out of the car and tries to walk home.
Well, yeah.
Lives in Marion. He was high and drunk off his ass. So I have friends. I live here at the time.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's driving by who's now FaceTime. He's like, hey, have you been to your mom's house? Like, no, I've been here all day. She goes, look at this. And I'm like, the fucking car in the goddamn yard. Like, what the hell? So my mom's not home. I call her. I said, hey, there's a car in your front yard. And she goes, this is what she said. Oh, she goes, oh, it's probably your stepbrother's. I went, no, Mom, there's a car upside down in the yard. Somebody had wrecked. Oh, well, we'll be home in an hour. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, he may have hit your house. Like, you need to get home. Oh, well, I guess we'll get a call then. I'm like, oh, whatever. You're like, I'm seeing, you don't see what I'm seeing right now in this video chat. You need to get the fuck home.
I passed somebody on the road. I was going to work. This is probably 15, 20 years ago. Obviously, it's still dark. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's on highway, and I had to slow down. I mean, they kind of was in my lane, you know?
Yeah.
And I had to slow down enough to get over, and they were standing out in the road crying.
Yeah.
The fucking car was in my lane on its hood.
Oh, God.
And they're just standing around it looking at it. And obviously I slowed down to get by and then kept going. But it was like,
that sucks.
But it was kind of like, I wonder what the fuck happened. Like there's 2 people standing, one of them's crying, and I just,
kept going.
And this might have been like, this is at the time frame now, and it might have been longer ago. It probably was longer ago that of like cell phones obviously were a thing, but not a thing that every single person had.
Yeah.
Of like, there's some houses around. They're fine.
They're fine.
There'll be a cop here by some point. Of like, but I remember just like driving by. That would have been the one like on the TikTok. Like, hey, you can't park here.
Yeah.
Well, then there's always ones at the golf course where somebody blows through something fucking, ramps off the driving range to you that happened at the other.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
How the hell did that happen? Oh, yeah. Shit like that. Funny people.
It's always the tragedy of it when they're sticking around, like, like there's somebody like huddled up crying and somebody's got their arm around them. You're okay.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, you're still alive.
You're still alive, but you did that.
You are an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. I feel bad for you, idiot.
Your vehicle could not do what you thought it could. I love tragedy.
I know you do, pal. Oh, hey,
it was all my other stuff because I was on a run of going on a golf trip. One of the guys was a state trooper. We got delayed, There was a wreck ahead, and then we drive by a wreck. Obviously, him being a state trooper for like 20-some years, that 100% is fatal.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't live.
I think we know what fatal means.
Yeah, but I didn't know. I don't know the caliber of person listening to this show, and I don't know the caliber of you. Next, like the next year, heading to a golf trip driving to Florida, which fucking sucks. But we're like Dayton.
Yeah.
On 75.
Yeah, I'd turn around.
Dead stop.
Yeah.
I mean, takes us an hour and a half to get through Dayton.
Yeah.
Of like, well, this sucks. And then you start, I wonder what happened. Obviously, it's a wreck. Drive by, like, fire department, like, just finished putting the car out.
Oh.
Like, burnt to the rails, like, kind of see the.
Yeah.
Of like, oh. Got down to Florida. Same trip. Got down to Florida. Kind of outside Orlando. Heading to, like, the condo. And, like, stopped us. I mean, it was like mile down the road is where our condos are, and like there's something going on in between this road and there. Get stopped to wait, a while, and then they take us. We'd go down the road, and then have to like take us out in the grass to drive around the road.
Yeah. To
get by, and like there's like fucking CSI team, like they've got the tent up, and
yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's going on here? You down and watch the news of like, there's a guy took somebody hostage and a fucking sniper had to kill him.
Oh my God.
He was like parked in his car along the side of the road and like had his girlfriend or whatever, and he's like threatening her and stuff. And like, the fucking SWAT team sniper had to take him. It's like, I'm on a vacation just like fucking half a mile down the road here, and we got fucking sniper action going on.
We were down at state tournaments one year. Last game, go to get something to eat. Pull out, and all 4 stoplights are red. I'm like, what the fuck? Helicopter. Oh, God, somebody stupid or whatever. I would have been away there for like 10 minutes, so I just went. No other cars. I just went through, like instantly pops on our car. And then, obviously goes, well, we pull into the hotel and there's a bunch of cops there and everything talking to the hotel people. And we're like, this place get robbed? We get up to the room and turn on the news like the La Quinta Inn in Marysville has been robbed. I was like, Jesus Christ, we just missed it. Who the hell robs a hotel?
Spotlighted us thinking it might be.
Yeah, who the hell robs a hotel? Oh, yeah. Funny shit.
Yeah, what are you getting? I mean,
yeah,
like how many people are, especially at your age,
yeah.
how many people are paying fucking cash? Would you fucking rob some soda?
Exactly.
And goddamn
I need the Snickers
peanuts?
bar behind you.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Do some of these pamphlets so I can save money at the fucking banana house. It's just,
yeah, I was just like, who the
it's
hell
a gay strip club, by the way.
Nice. That's a good name for it.
I just came up with that.
Nice.
Well, I drove by, this is just last week. It was coming, obviously, through kind of the hotel row that we got over there on the other side of town, that fucking Motel 6. I'm kind of coming down that road. There's like 5 sheriff's cars in the parking lot and like only like one other car.
Yeah.
But it's, it's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Usually that place empties out pretty quick. And then I kind of watch, there's like 5 or 6 deputies that were walking up the steps and walking down to a room. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And now I never looked into it. I was like,
Yeah.
something's going
Are they
on.
raiding the place?
It was like 2 years ago when they had to do that because some guy was going to kill himself by jumping off the building.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that going, Jesus Christ. And then get the rest of the story is like he was on top of the office, which is like 10 feet.
Yeah, it's not
10
that
to 12
high.
feet
Yeah,
of
it's
like,
not that high.
well, let him jump.
Yeah, I don't think that would
I
have
mean,
done
unless he goes head first and lands wrong,
I don't. Yeah.
or just pull your car up. He's going to fall 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, because that was like hours. Like, there's like, just go ahead and do it, man.
Yeah, jump. Dude, what are you waiting for?
I feel like you're not high. Like, we could catch you.
Yeah. Get the trampoline.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It was like that because they do show that video, like somebody on a bridge of out there. It's like, these truck drivers pulled up so the guy couldn't jump off the bridge and stop. And like they were parked in rows under it. It was like, what if he just went to the other side? I mean, what are you fucking talking about? What if he just jumped in between them? I feel like he could get some accuracy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, just go to the other side.
it's kind of like that on Dumb and Dumber. So give me this bulletproof vest. What if he shot you in the face?
Yeah, just the risk we're willing to take.
Nobody ever gets shot in the face. 897 bullets fired at Batman. Not one of them hit him in the face.
Nope.
All right in the chest plate.
Yep. Stupid. How long have we been talking about this stuff?
52 minutes.
I figured it was a while. We got some playoff games this weekend.
Yeah. There's nobody listening now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we have funny
a
stuff.
lot of people tuned out when I
Probably.
fucking beat up the handicap kid.
Yeah, we're done now. If we were done listening to the show before, we're definitely done now.
I get away with it because I was a kid too.
Yeah.
I was also handicapped.
If you beat up another handicapped kid as a kid, it's cool. Everybody just overlooks it.
Yeah, the fucking teacher goes, you fucking deserved it. That'd be a bitch.
Oh, man.
I'll give you one flick. You flick me a second time, motherfucker.
I'm going to punch you square in the fucking chest.
It's just like, and I can see the look on his face when I did it, of that kind of that gasp for air. That,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have shot you.
Sternum.
I shot you right off that fucking horse.
I think that was the other one from the school of like, there was one, I don't know if it's true or not, of like, I mean, the guy is real. Like, we were in like 8th grade or whatever. And like, there was a guy that was in our class, like fucking 8, like he drove. But like, it was like a week or whatever. It was like, and obviously, it's a country school, so people have fucking guns.
Yeah.
But you can't say that these days because, everybody is like at the parking lot twirling one in his car.
Yeah.
He's like an 8th grader. Maybe it was like, he was there. It was like, 18. Like, he might have just got out of jail. Like, I'm going to restart in 8th grade. Like, it's fucking Billy Madison. but in a way worse way because daddy's not rich. It's, probably a little touchy.
Yeah. Oh, God.
All right. Ohio State should have won a national championship. We can get by that.
Yeah.
They boned that game because,
What they do.
what they do. Getting into that fourth quarter, it was shockingly close to the number that my prediction was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you did a really good job with it. You thought thoroughly through it. I thought very end, I was like, Randy might have pulled this one off, and then obviously did not.
I didn't pick TCU, but I did pull off pretty accurate what I said it had to be for TCU to win.
Oh, yeah.
I think I said 20. What did I say? I said 21-7, and it was 24-6 or whatever it was.
It was it was a crazy playoff games. Fun. That's probably some of the most fun playoff games I remember being. Nothing huge blowouts, fun action back and forth. It wasn't I can turn this off.
Yeah, that was a good day of football. I think I want to say the Ohio State Georgia game. I think it averaged 22 million people watching it.
Yeah,
that's a good
freaking game.
Now the national championship game.
I watched the first quarter.
The first drive, it was okay.
Yeah, I watched the first when it's 17-7. I was like, it's not going to get any better. I'm turning it off.
I flipped it over to the ESPN2 because McAfee and them were on because that was the only thing to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had a lot of sexual innuendo.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kicking that. Hey, that heads up, Boston Connor. They're going to come in your face.
Yep.
When he said that, I was like, all right. I feel like I'm used to this from your show, but I'm going to bet there's some people
a little upset there.
And now I didn't hear him sing "Happy Birthday" to Tim Tebow.
I didn't either.
But he did.
Okay.
All of them did on air, which they say is a big. They said that's the first thing you learn when you go on TV is do not sing "Happy Birthday."
Why?
Because you have to fucking pay for it.
Because it's a legit
is owned by
song.
it is not. It is not royalty free.
Yeah,
you think it is because of it, but it is not.
Okay.
To where he said on his show the next day, the range, which obviously he would hit the top end of the range, it was $30,000.
Oh shit!
That they'll probably get dinged for singing "Happy Birthday" to Tim Tebow. He goes, "It's totally worth it."
Yeah. So I love that guy.
But there was a coming in your face, and then at the end of the game, I guess it was thanking college football for letting him get inside of them.
Yeah, I heard that. I listened to that. I heard that one.
Funny.
Yeah. That's funny. Those guys are fun.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a job where that was your job.
Yeah.
Obviously they do work still.
Yes.
But it's we're just going to make people laugh.
Yeah.
If you can make people laugh, it's a pretty good life, I feel.
Oh yeah. Be a fun time to do that.
But that game, it could have been close for the first quarter, and that's about it. Because he missed two passes that probably could have scored touch. After that first quarter, there was nothing to be done. But it was I feel like TCU could have got to 17.
Yeah, yeah.
In that first half, there was some
some
he missed some fucking hey man.
Yeah, I kind of have to do that.
You missed a wide open touchdown for one. I mean.
Yeah, it just was not good. Not good at all. Yeah, I mean, it was a beatdown. I don't have much to say about that.
I mean, then you just get all the Ohio State Georgia game was the national championship. Then you get all the other people saying that, hey, see, this is what happens when you don't let Bama in. And then the other people this is why we don't need to expand the playoff. You would have got some game because you still had U.S. They were the outcome of the championship game maybe be the same.
Yeah.
Now TCU wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
But maybe be the same. But you would have got some good fucking games.
Oh my God. I feel like this is the reason why you have to expand it.
Yeah.
The reason you have to expand it for number one, to let all the other good teams that didn't make it in. That that way you get your Alabama in. That way you get a USC in. Stuff like that. I mean, you need to expand for that reason alone, because somebody can beat somebody. TCU, played their best football game ever against Michigan.
Yeah.
Of all season, I should say.
And Michigan played
their worst game all year.
D to
Yeah.
D minus.
Yeah.
game.
Yes.
Like, it was like Michigan looked like shit.
Yeah. And
that's the sad thing of like, yeah, you had a month to prepare, and this is what happened. Like, was you just, did you spend the month preparing for Georgia?
Yeah. Like, I said off air, it just looked like J.J. McCarthy was out there thinking like this was too easy.
Yeah.
Some of his throws were just lollygag throws. It didn't seem like they took it seriously as they should have. Like, TCU is going to come prepared. Like, this is their moment. They may never get back to the playoffs, so they're.
I would have said, even if Michigan would have won that game, I think the outcome was probably going to be the same the way Georgia was playing. Because I think Ohio State woke them up of like,
yeah,
hey, because you can't say in that Ohio State game that Georgia played great.
No.
Because they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Now, Ohio State, something to do with that. But I think that gave Kirby Smart, because obviously you hear that pregame speech is like, I want to fucking play for that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
But like that speech happens because of, hey, and even Kirby said that, like, we shouldn't have won that game. I mean, they beat us.
Yeah.
So if that happened in Michigan, I think Michigan gets dominated in that game by 30, probably.
I would only say is like you could maybe have controlled the ball a little bit more. I mean, it's not a 60-point game, or 50 or whatever the hell it was. But
when I never got that at the beginning of the game, like TCU of like, oh, you're going to try to run side to side and outrun them because okay, that 340-pound guy's faster than your fucking running back. So
exactly.
What made you think that was going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know. College football's over with for the year. Isn't that weird?
Over.
We spent how long fucking wishing it had come back, and now it's already fast as fuck over with. The NFL regular season's done. On to the playoffs now.
Now you got little things. We'll touch a little bit of Ohio State stuff and then move. And I'm putting a bunch down today. But it's been that I didn't do anything all day today. It was like when I came over here, I didn't even know it was raining until I walked outside.
Well, I was hoping we ended up getting canceled today so we could do it earlier in the morning, but we had a shitload of fog.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I never seen that. But the one thing, just a real quick one of the Ryan Day or Herb Street saying that Ryan Day talked about maybe not calling plays next year.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Because I think as a CEO, as what they call it in the NFL, because I obviously very adamant that I hate head coach play callers.
Yeah.
Maybe the single high safety on defense getting burned for 75 yards shouldn't happen if the head coach is fucking listening to the calls.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, maybe just make them work it down the field.
I think I like it in the aspect, one, you're if you're not changing, you're not getting any better. If you're not making any kind of move, you're not doing anything to help yourself out.
Yeah.
So I like that, and as a coach-wise, and the fact that you came out and said, I need to pay attention to the other side of the ball a little bit more.
Yeah,
and I'm glad he recognized that and realized it, like, because I guarantee during the game in his mind he's thinking, why the fuck are we doing that?
Yeah,
but I wasn't paying attention because I was worried about what we're going to do next series.
Because that is basics, and that's where his offensive side comes in of like, and I guess for people that don't know, when there's a single high safety, everybody is one-on-one on the outside. Guaranteed.
Yep.
And they say, well, it's a zone, they're dropping back. Doesn't matter. You're dropping back to a position. There's one receiver coming. You're one-on-one.
You're one-on-one.
Ohio State is terrible at one-on-ones.
Yep.
So as soon as that single high was back there, 100% were taking a shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
like
kinda,
your defense isn't good enough to be doing that.
No, and Georgia's offense is good enough to beat you on that.
Yeah. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And then the other part of, like, I love, like, the Michigan people saying, like, oh, Harbaugh said he's coming back. He didn't say, he's like, no.
No.
He said he doesn't know what the future is. That was literally the
His
first
quote.
sentence of this quote.
Yes.
And then he also said he wasn't flirting with the NFL anymore after last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's telling you that this isn't a flirt. He's leaving.
Yeah.
If it's the job.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to get the Denver job. I think that's what's happening.
I think so too. I do.
It's the best fit for him.
Yeah, I think just based off of everything that I've seen on the news and media and things like that.
And it's a good place for him.
Yeah.
I think, it's, the Sean Payton thing of like, he ain't going there.
No, he's not.
And I don't think that works with what he wants. He's going to Arizona.
I agree with that.
Going.
I agree with Payton's in Arizona.
But I think the Jim Harbaugh thing, like people, sorry, Michigan. I mean, but like he clearly was an NFL guy.
Yeah.
and has looked at an NFL job pretty much every year.
Yeah, he's going to because of the success he had in NFL.
Yeah.
And those are his two bet. You don't know if you're going to be good again next year. Michigan, you have a lot of guys coming back, which is great. I mean, you get Corum back again. Good for him coming back. McCarthy's only like a sophomore or something like that. He's coming back.
Good or bad? Could be bad.
Could be bad. I don't know. But no, I feel like he's going, and I feel like if Denver offers him the job, he's 100% going to take it.
Yeah, that's a good job. Yeah. Denver's probably the best job. It really is. Like,
Open right now?
Yeah, I make fun of Russ because he's terrible at being a human. But with the defense they have and the shitting position and just whoever they made.
The interim coach?
No. You got Walton, the owner, and like his son-in-law that was whatever CEO of Walmart
Penner.
for 15 years. Penner.
Yeah.
Like what he came out and said, it's kind of what you want from an owner. Like he laid out a plan of what they want to fucking do.
Mm-hmm. And he's been
nobody does that.
No, and he's been very aggressive in his interviews.
Yeah.
Like they've done 4 in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done 4 this week. Yeah. And it's like, okay, that's good. Good.
Like there is no fuck around. But when he lays out and tells people of, hey, this is kind of, it's like, and you'll hear Michael Lombardi talks about that a lot of like, hey, if the owner isn't telling the candidates what he wants to do, then nobody knows what's going on. And you're going in multiple of like, no, this is what, hey, we're going to have a good offensive line. We're going to have a good defensive line. We're going to have a good defense. We're going to, score enough points to win.
Yep.
That's what we're fucking doing.
So
this is the NFL.
Yeah. So going on the Denver thing. So the 18 points a game stat that's been all year. You know what their final record would have been?
I assume like 12-4.
13-4.
Okay.
13-4 would have been their.
I would assume they would have just canceled a game.
Yeah.
I guess because they don't play 16 anymore, Randy.
13-4. So they would have been. They obviously wouldn't have beat the Chiefs because the Chiefs scored more than 18. So they would be a playoff team at 13-4 and being a wild card at 13-4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Just 18. And I think. I obviously me being frustrated with Russell all year, and then the coach is a dumbass. Look at what could have been as an offense the last just 2 weeks when it seemed like when they just felt like running the ball came first.
Yeah.
Look what happened. Look what happened when you had a guy who is a leader leading the team, not a play caller.
And I think. Like you get that's why I like the Jim Harbaugh, and Sean Payton would work there too because he has the clout to do it also.
Yeah.
I think clout ball. Harbaugh has enough clout, even though he didn't win a Super Bowl, but he's like
you need a seasoned guy to be able to tell Russ
still
what to do.
Respected in the NFL with what he did.
Yeah, you need a guy in there who's done it before to kind of lead the
and did it in your division when you played for Seattle against you.
Yes, exactly. Just to kind of, hey, this is what we're doing, get on board.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Hackett had enough kahunas to kind of tell him that.
Harbaugh's a guy that tells you, hey, fuck you, hand the ball off.
Yeah.
And he also has enough balls to, hey, I'll put this guy in.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. We'll keep paying you. I won't. And I would imagine in an interview, he'll tell him that, hey, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
We're going to run this offense. This is how we're going to goddamn do it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do it, I'll play somebody else.
Yeah. No, and that's what I think you need. And again, he's one who lets other people call the plays. He is focused on the game. So
he's going to build just like what he's did in Michigan. We have a phenomenal offensive line, a phenomenal defensive line. We play a defense that kind of a bend don't break. We're going to get balls turned over. We're going to run the ball. We're going to control the clock, and we're going to take shots when we can take shots.
Yeah. I think
we're not a shot taking offense.
Yeah.
But when it's there, we'll do it.
And I feel like with the Israel Evero guy, who's the DC now, he has connections. He was with Harbaugh in San Fran, and then was with him in Stanford for a little bit. I think he stays.
Well, he's getting some. I mean, he's interviewing with the Colts
if he doesn't get an offer, I think he stays. And I think that's how many coaches have we had in the last fucking 5 years? You got to have some of the same shit, or you're just going to look weird all the fucking time.
And I think that's another one, the fact that Harbaugh's going to end up getting suspended over a fucking hamburger.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing in the world.
And it's not, it's because you lied of like, you asked me if I bought the kid a fucking hamburger or not. He goes, and I'm guessing it's honestly of like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. You are allowed to pay a kid how many millions of dollars to play football for you, but you can't buy him a fucking cheeseburger?
The fact of like, you just and this is in the same time frame where the wide receiver leaves Pitt to go to USC, enters the transfer portal, and in less than 24 hours signs at USC with a multi-million-dollar contract. It's like, do you think that was negotiated in this fucking 8 hours?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do you think they were contacting this kid before?
Shut the fuck up.
You're not
NCAA.
looking into that, but I'm not a Harbaugh fan. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
And I hate Michigan. But of like, hey, come the fuck on. It's kind of
this was an NCAA. Hey, we kind of let everything kind of go, but we're still fucking here. Kind of little memo, just a little flex of the muscle kind of thing. Let you know we're still around.
And it's timed up into that. Rolls into that same thing, kind of how the Jim Tressel thing was of, okay, they traded some trophies and got some fucking tattoos, and now this guy can't work, and also wasn't allowed to work in the NFL for the Colts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's how bad how egregious.
Yeah, this thing was.
Shit that he didn't do.
I know. Yeah. Your player after the season did it.
Yeah.
What?
So you lose this job, and you can't coach in the NFL or be a consultant in the NFL. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I feel like Harbaugh gets the job there.
Yeah. And I think it's
a good move.
Shockingly, a good hire for them.
Yeah.
Because I think he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
But boy, he runs a program.
He's just I feel like he's a good leader.
Yeah. You know, I would find it shocking that if he doesn't get an interview and an offer from the Colts, just because the fact that he's in their Ring of Honor for playing 12 games or whatever it was.
And he hasn't yet. And they're going to, if they want him, they're going to have to do it soon because Denver interviews their last 4 that they have ready to go next week.
Yeah.
And then they're going to make a decision probably the week after.
Is he even on the interview list?
Not for the Colts.
I mean, for Denver.
Who?
Harbaugh.
They already did it.
Oh, they interviewed him? When did that happen?
Monday. They did it they did a Zoom over the thing. Now, they may have him come in again as a personal one, but they did it on Monday.
Yeah.
They've done Harbaugh. I love the Jim. If they don't offer Harbaugh, they interviewed Jim Caldwell, and it made me so fucking happy. Made me so fucking happy. David Shaw, which I'm assuming they interviewed him more as like an OC if Harbaugh gets the job kind of thing. And then they did the DC. They did the Evero guy as a head coaching candidate. Yeah. So they've done 4 in a week.
Yeah, they're ready. We're gonna get our fucking guy.
Peyton and Raheem Morris are next week. And then
Raheem Morris is a good one.
Next Tuesday, I think. And then D'Amico Ryans and I forget who the 4th one was. Dan Quinn are the next week too.
Yeah, Ross kind of likes Dan Quinn. Obviously, he put that out there.
Yeah, and
but
he brings Brian Schottenheimer with him.
Yeah,
and that with him in Seattle there for a while. I think that's kind of.
I don't like the Dan Quinn hire.
I don't either, because you're not keeping Evero.
Because that's one of those ones I would if I was from your perspective, if you're doing anything where, because I don't see Harbaugh as an defense coach or what, he's just a fucking head coach. Quinn he's defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you like these guys that get tagged that way.
Yeah.
The only one that's tagged that way that I would like for Denver would be Sean Payton, because he's Sean Payton. Other than that, I want a guy that's a fucking head coach, not a
I feel like what I want to say with the Dan Quinn thing, like he gets a lot of his respect, obviously with Atlanta, but like the guys like to play for him, and the fact like you had Kyle Shanahan calling your offense there for every year you were there, so that's kind of a big fucking deal. The year he left to take San Francisco, you got fired because your offense was so bad. Like, let's not pretend like he was the show there. You had a lot of good guys around you.
Yeah, and honestly, it's back to a defense that works in the NFL again. Mm-hmm. The fucking cover 3, it just kind of is starting to work again. Mm-hmm. But
I like the Harbaugh hire.
But that'd be my guess. I like Harbaugh to Denver. I like Sean Payton.
I like him in Arizona
just because they don't have. Because obviously, best part there is because missing general manager.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's something that he wants.
I like Peyton even more to Arizona if they decide to not trade Hopkins.
Yeah.
If they decide not to trade Hopkins, I feel like Peyton takes that job immediately.
I would imagine that is part of that's more like a Hopkins asking, hey, get me the fuck out of here. Mm-hmm. He might lose that. And then let's not forget, too, that like Denver can't hire Sean Payton.
No.
They don't have the picks to get him.
Yeah. Yeah.
People still forget that of like, and Saints very adamant, first round pick.
Yeah, at least. That's your minimum.
So,
yeah.
And they don't have to, they just, well, they won't get anything. Okay, well, we have him for 2 fucking years. So,
yeah, he can sit again. And that's what I read. It's like Peyton's.
It's through like 24.
Peyton's okay with not coaching this year.
Yeah.
He has to find his right job.
Yeah.
And everybody has the speculation of McVay ends up resigning or retiring or whatever.
That ain't the job for him, man. They are fucked. They're got
horrible.
no future.
They're horrible.
The job for him is Arizona, but the job that could come open
is if the Chargers lose this weekend.
If they get boat raced, right? And it's if Mike Williams, you play him in a fucking do nothing game into the third quarter and he gets fucking hurt.
Yeah.
If he does, and it doesn't sound like he might not fucking play.
Oh yeah.
And you get beat, bye.
Yeah.
Now you're
in LA. Yeah.
Because they actually have some shit that they could possibly move.
Yep. Yeah.
I think Indianapolis, I don't think Jeff Saturday's not going to get that job.
No. I'm thinking the offensive coordinator.
I think a Raheem Morris might get that job. They ain't hiring anybody from their staff.
No. I was saying offensive coordinator, the dude from the Eagles, that Steichen. Shane Steichen, or however you say his name. They were kind of high on him.
I think they go defense because they're going to have to draft a quarterback. They go defense, hire an offensive coordinator with a CJ Stroud or something like that. We need to we're going to run the fucking ball with Jonathan Taylor, and we're going to play fucking defense.
Yeah.
So I think they go that route.
The Texans.
Nobody should take that. Texans have to hire a first-time head coach.
Yeah.
Because nobody's taking that fucking job.
The disgrace of what they've done the last 2 head coaches there is unbelievable.
It's
unbelievable to me. If you wanted your bridge guy, don't fire David Foley. Or Culley, however you say his name. There's no reason to. You fired him, we'll get Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith is one of the most respected coaches that has ever coached in the NFL.
Yeah.
We'll fire him after 1 year. Because he's the bridge guy. You don't do 2 bridge guys.
No.
You don't do 2 bridge guys. That's not how that works.
And then it looks like you fired him for doing his fucking job.
Yeah, winning games.
Won a game. Went for 2. Got to win. We don't have the first pick. We get the second pick. Well, the team that has first pick already has a fucking quarterback. So
yeah, you're fine. You're getting the best one.
You're going to get one.
Yeah. Idiots. That fucking organization sucks.
And then all the people saying that fucking Chicago needs to trade Justin Fields and take Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
So I did see this scenario, and it was a beat writer from Denver, and he gets he likes to stir the pot, but it was actually very interesting. It was the Ravens need to call the Bears and see what they want for Fields, and then after if they can get that done, they need to call the Falcons to see what they'll give for Lamar.
You mean the Ravens?
The Ravens need to call the Falcons and see what they'll give for Lamar.
I thought you said get, and I'm like,
no.
Does he play for the Falcons?
No, what they'll give for Lamar.
Yeah.
And I was like, interesting. No, it's probably not going to happen, but very interesting way to look at it. I mean,
with the Lamar situation.
Yes, because they are. So I read where something is very far apart in the guarantees.
Oh, that $90 million.
Yes, he wants basically all of it guaranteed. He wants the Deshaun Watson contract. And the Ravens are like, you haven't finished a fucking season in 3 years, maybe
also won an MVP.
Yes, yeah.
But you've also
maybe quit running
traded
him so much.
away all his fucking receivers.
Yeah,
every year he has a tight end.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
And got injured in the pocket.
Yeah. It's a tough go. I don't think he's a Raven next year, just because they are so far apart on the guarantees, because he's not moving. He's not going to go, oh, okay, I'll take 50. If your number's at 90, you're not dropping all the way to 50.
Yeah. I think you don't need to call it being in the same conference of, if you're going to call somebody to move a fucking quarterback.
And call the Raiders?
No, you're going to call the fucking Colts.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Hey, we'll take that number 4 pick you got.
Yeah.
Here's
Lamar.
Because that's kind of what they fucking do.
The Colts do that very often.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's what they've done the last 3 fucking years.
Yeah. It's an interesting way with that. That'll be fun to because he's not playing Saturday or
no, he's
Sunday.
out.
Yeah,
Sounds like Huntley's playing, so he's trending to play. So
yeah.
No, with the Derek Carr thing, that's the other one of like, it's obviously up for trade because they're going to cut him. Like the cut deadline on that is February 15th.
Mm-hmm.
They can cut him for $5 million if they cut him before the 15th.
Yeah,
they're going to try to trade him, and a lot of people say they won't. Nobody's going to trade for him. 100% they will, because you don't have to. You're going to give up a 5th round pick for him, and his guaranteed money next year is only $33 million.
Yeah, his contract's nice.
It's good, and then you can cut him the next year for $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
Miami needs to trade for Derek Carr.
Yeah, they were on my list of that.
Because you don't know where Tua is.
Yeah, no, they were on. You don't know if Tua just says, "Hey, I'm done,"
and that's why. Like you gotta.
No, I like that.
And Tua on a rookie deal, $33 million for a quarterback is nothing.
One of the ones that came to my mind too with the Derek Carr situation was Tennessee.
That's another one.
I like that there. Just because you like Tannehill's 30,
run the ball,
35,
throw pass,
and just the ankle. You don't know if that he may have to have surgery on the ankle. You don't know if he's going to be good to go. I think that's not a bad one either.
Because that just the 33 number, if you can get a 1 year out of him, because the next year it goes up to like 40.
Yeah.
So then you cut him for 2 or whatever. But 33, like people say, well, nobody's taking that contract. It's like that is nothing for a fucking quarterback.
That's
like,
a good contract right now.
Every shit quarterback out there is making that. So, I mean, you have fucking backups making 15.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think he'll find a home just because it's like, hey, we'll give you a 7th rounder or whatever. Because they just want it off their books.
Yeah.
I mean, because they got to give him $5 million or they can get a pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Take him. Yeah. It'll be fun in the next month or so or whatever to see what it is.
Yeah, because you got to start building up for this shit because we're fucking 4 weeks away from not having football anymore.
I know. God.
Get into the XFL.
Ugh.
Fucking The Rock could do something else, fucking lie to people about what kind of money it's making or whatever, like he did with that goddamn piece of shit movie.
Yeah. And
that he's not even in, hardly.
Yeah, then get shit canned from it.
Been working on this movie for 13 years. Think maybe you should have put yourself in it? Maybe try that.
Oh, man. Oh.
All right. So we got the Dolphins sneak in as the Jets end their season. The last 3 games didn't score a fucking touchdown.
I know.
You're an NFL team.
Didn't score a touchdown. Parted ways with their OC.
And then, yeah. And then
mutually.
And then you have Zach Wilson coming out saying if a veteran comes here, I'm going to make their life hell in practice. So like,
why don't
maybe
you
just play well during the. That was my
play well.
That was my response tweet out there. I thought was good. Is like, is he switching to defense?
Yeah.
Or I mean,
maybe just play well when you're supposed to play well, dude.
Yeah. Maybe try that. Maybe try playing well in a fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. That way we don't have to have this conversation of signing a fucking veteran. Dumbass. Somebody wanted to start They started Joe Flacco over you.
Nobody's more pissed than Joe Flacco. He doesn't want to play. He's just cashing fucking checks.
Exactly.
Give me $8 million a year and I'll go hang out. You're going to put me in this fucking game.
I want to be Chase Daniel. Just let me be Chase Daniel.
Yeah. Like Joe Flacco's got another fucking 6 years in him. If it just
lets him do that.
Just let me work the quarterback room, man.
Yeah.
Just let me watch fucking tape. I'll come up with some, we'll come up with some calls and that'll be it.
Ugh.
That
fucking Jets. Jesus.
Then Baker Mayfield helps keep 3 teams out of the playoffs.
He is something else.
Whoever put that tweet together was great. He's like, Baker Mayfield kept the Panthers out of the playoffs. The Rams obviously didn't make the playoffs, and he kept the Lions out of the
playoffs. I was so bummed when the Lions, I'm glad they, I hated that they had to play the Packers because I love Aaron Rodgers and I love Dan Campbell. I was like, man, who do I root for on this one? And then when they're like, oh, the Lions are gone, I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore. When the Seahawks won, I was like, God damn it.
That was the Rams mean nothing to me.
Yeah.
I wanted the Rams to win just so that game meant something. Because once it only meant something for Green Bay, it was like, eh.
Well, I saw it was a tweet. It was the Chappelle show, and it's an interviewer, Coach Campbell, what does this game mean? Why are you still playing? Who is James Chappelle? Because fuck him, that's why.
Yeah. Dude, that fucking tunnel screen hook and ladder
was cool.
Was awesome.
It was cool as hell.
Like, first of all, that's a college play that you'd see. And I've never seen it in college, but that was like, he was like, yeah, it's ballsy call. It's like, fucking, what's it matter?
Yeah, what's it matter?
It didn't matter if they lost that game.
Yeah.
So, it was like,
because fuck them, that's why.
I was like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Uh-huh.
Because that win for just for Detroit was so big.
Yeah.
Because that was a fucking playoff game. Like
oh yeah.
That's as close as they could feel to a playoff game without ever being in one.
Yeah.
Of like,
they had since Caldwell was there.
They couldn't get in, but they can ruin Aaron Rodgers' fucking career if he ends up fucking not playing. The $59 million on the table, pretty good chance he's probably going to play.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You know.
I tell you what, it makes them a place where free agents may want to go now.
Yeah.
Where you may not have to pay somebody just an assload of money to come. You know what I mean? It may be actually a place where like, oh yeah, I could see myself playing there.
And then that just the thought of that game of like everybody, they obviously seem to be having a good time there in Detroit.
Yeah.
But then in that with fucking what's his name getting thrown out of the game for pushing a fucking trainer.
Oh yeah, Quay Walker.
Like, first of all, that is,
you don't touch
like
fucking
rule
trainers.
one, you don't touch staff. Period.
Any staff member.
Not the first time that he's done that this year. It's like weeks ago. It was like a fucking offensive line coach from another team he fucking shoved on. Of like, what are you doing? Secondly, you pushed a trainer. This of all weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's
he's an idiot.
Kind of trainer appreciation week. They just saved lives. You know. Gets kicked out of the game, and then the fucking walk in the tunnel where he's kind of half-assed crying and walking all weird. Like he's walking like he had to piss, but he was holding it in.
I feel like he was like, I really fucked up there, and is like mad at himself. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I took it. Now,
oh yeah.
I didn't
but
take it.
It just looked weird.
Oh, it looked weird. I took it as that way. Probably from another person's eyes, like this fucking baby's crying because he got kicked out of a game.
He definitely was. I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah.
And I think now, I don't know if it's a real stat. And it's one of those ones where do they really count it because it's a 17th game? So obviously he's a rookie.
Yeah. Got out of his bonus or whatever.
In that game, he needed 8 tackles to tie A.J. Hawk for most tackles by a Green Bay Packer as a rookie.
Oh, man.
Kicked out of the game with 7.
Yeah. Yeah. He was having a hell of a season, too.
Yeah. He just does stupid shit.
Yeah.
Well, like a lot of people talking about the other, like he shoved the guy, and then the other guy kind of fucking
turned around,
bodied.
like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
No, then the other Packer kind of bodied him.
Nobody said that.
He kind of gave him a fucking,
like, hey, get the fucking help that guy.
But that's just the standard of like, hey, that's like
don't
rule,
touch
like
anybody.
You can't.
Yeah,
they're not in pads.
Don't touch them.
Don't fucking touch it. You know how you're not allowed to touch refs?
Yeah.
Same fucking thing when it comes to the medical support staff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I feel like we shouldn't have to tell you this again.
Yeah. If they're not wearing green and yellow, don't touch them.
The Packers just looked so, and it's, a lot of people like to shit on Aaron Rodgers and all that stuff, and he puts himself in
a lot
situations
of
to get shit on. But like a lot of people don't talk about, like there was a shit ton of drop passes from those fucking young wide receivers in that game. Yeah. Of like, I know he threw that pick, terrible pick. I can't believe he threw that ball.
I know.
But it was like, hey,
seems like a frustration ball.
There's a couple third down slants that were dropped of like,
it's
hey.
I think Michael Vick talked about it because I think they asked him like, is Aaron Rodgers like, is he declining? He's like, no, he goes, I think he could. I don't think he's declining. He's like, I don't have anybody around him.
Yeah.
And he was like, my last year in Philly, he goes, I didn't have Deshaun Jackson, I didn't have Jeremy Maclin, we didn't have Shady. It's like we sucked. Like the young guys around him just weren't there yet. He's like, it's that's your decline. It's not him himself. It's like just they're not there yet.
Here's one thing that I will guarantee you that if Rodgers comes back, and I assume they'll announce that very quick or whatever. DeAndre Hopkins will get traded. Whoever he gets traded to, the first thing that you're going to fucking hear is, man, we were in on that Hopkins. We just didn't get him.
Yeah.
It's like, that's the same thing. Hey, we tried to sign this guy. We just couldn't get him. And we went to trade for this guy. It's shocking. Like when it comes to receivers and stuff, you guys, you're always right there, but you just couldn't get it.
Couldn't do it.
Or they trade Rodgers, which might be the route to go, because you got to do something with Jordan Love. And I love how people go, well, they need to find out what they got with Jordan Love. It's like, no, they know.
They know.
You don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been watching him for 3.5 years.
They know what they have.
They know exactly what Jordan Love is.
It's why Aaron Rodgers hasn't been traded.
And if Aaron Rodgers gets traded this offseason, you'll know that Jordan Love's going to be okay. Yeah. If he does not get traded, Jordan Love fucking sucks. They know exactly what they got. Yeah. But I just love it. Like, you don't think they've ever had him? Yeah. The reason they got rid of Brett Favre is because they knew what Aaron Rodgers was from practice.
Yeah. They were okay with Favre leaving.
They fucking know what they have with Jordan Love.
Exactly.
It's like, nope. Since you're not the starter, you're not allowed to throw any balls in practice.
You can't practice either.
Yeah.
Go sit over there. Hold your clipboard.
Idiots. All right. What else do we got going on now that we've covered everything?
I don't think we've... I don't know. Those were all the ones that I could think of that we had to talk about.
Yeah, just some games from last week. Yeah, we got to do playoff games and stuff like that. I know you said you wanted to do some other thing. Maybe we push that to next week.
Yeah, we can push it to next week because we're getting probably
a little long-winded in this episode.
Close to probably.
We got like one listener left, and it'll be me just,
clipping it out,
touching myself to it. I like the sound of my own voice. Is that
nothing wrong with that because I hate the sound of mine. So
you love the sound of your own voice. You always text me that.
No, I don't.
Can you make me sound wispier?
Yeah. Can you make me sound more high pitched?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I don't either. But I got it. I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Seahawks Niners. Who you got there? We don't have to make picks. We already did our regular season ones. We can discuss. Okay.
I don't know what the fucking. Obviously, I can't get on FanDuel because I've been locked out. But apparently, I have to act like I'm in a fucking been kidnapped in like fucking Guadalajara to get my account back. Fucking, you get a newspaper and take a picture of yourself with it so we can see the date. What? Why do you need a picture of my underwear?
Seahawks are plus 9.5.
49ers.
Okay. The 9.5 kind of scares me though, just because it's
I think they beat the fuck out of them.
Okay.
I think the Niners are kind of on that tick of like they're ready to fucking go. And the Seahawks are like, hey, we're glad.
We're glad we made it.
We shoved it. And, hey, you set all the fucking passing records, 1 year after Russ leaves, and we made the playoffs, and we got their first pick. And of like, we've done everything we needed to do.
We're good with it. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Niners win. Just 9.5. I don't know.
I mean, that throws a fucking wrench in everybody's plans if they fucking beat the Niners.
I know. Doesn't it, though?
Because nobody believes in the Eagles anymore.
No, for some reason, I don't know. Chargers, Jags. Jags are plus 2.5. I'm all over the Jags in this one.
I am, too. I think they Charger it up.
Yeah.
Like I think they find a fucking way.
In the regular season, they beat them 38-3.
Week 3, yeah.
I'm going to go probably 10 or more points.
Yeah, I think
Dougie P's got them going.
I think the Chargers find a way to do Charger shit, which they started by last week by
playing their guys against the
he could be okay to play. It's like you said he had a back injury. And, like, people had to help him walk out of the facility because his back hurt so bad.
And you played him?
Good luck.
Yeah. First game on Sunday. I think we're both going to go with this team. Dolphins at the Bills. Dolphins are plus 13.5.
I think I didn't check my email, but I might have got called up to play quarterback for the Dolphins. I mean... that is tough. That's tough sledding. You make the playoffs and like this is what you got.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously.
So hold on. I want to just throw something out there because I don't know if anybody saw this clip, this art, whatever you want to call it. Graphic. That's the word I was looking for. Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Last year. Same record as what they made the playoffs with this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Gets canned.
Yeah.
It's just, perspective. Everybody's talking about the Dolphins, how good they are.
Well, how about the fact that over the last 2 weeks they're talking about Mike McDaniel getting fucking fired?
I know.
What has he done
wrong?
Like, he's collapsing down the street. It's like, well, his fucking quarterback can't read anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
exactly. I can't even spell my last name.
It's a tough one.
It is. Can't even pronounce it. Giants at the Vikings. The Giants are plus 3.
I mean, did you make a pick?
I picked the Bills.
Oh, I didn't hear you do that.
Yeah,
you went right in. I started to make a pick, and then you put your finger up and said, "You shut the fuck up. My turn." So I did, but I'm going with the
didn't.
Bills.
You did not shut the fuck up.
I did. I let you get your shit out.
Mm-hmm.
We all know it's about me.
This is my show. Giants and Vikings. The Giants are plus 3.
Giants are beating the Vikings.
I think so.
Danny fucking Dimes.
I know, man. I was always a big Dayball fan.
I like the Vikings.
I do.
I obviously, it's very obviously like I'm a Vikings fan.
Uh-huh.
But something about it.
Their defense is just so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Defense is so fucking bad. Now you're adding a Daniel Jones who's running and good at it.
You have the Wink doing weird shit to Kirk Cousins. I mean, like, they're going to have some shit for him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I like that guy, too.
Yeah.
Just the shit that he's like, he just seems like that grumpy old man. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Quarterback sucks. Sunday night, the Ravens versus the Bengals. The Ravens are plus 9.5. Bengals all fucking day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it matters if... Yeah. I don't think it would have mattered if Lamar played, to be honest with you. I just like the attitude of the Bengals right now.
Yeah, the 9.5, that's a big number.
It's a big number.
And I think Huntley's going to play, which their offense
gives them
is
a better chance.
To score.
To score, not to win.
Because it's not like, obviously, the Bengals played like fucking shit last week.
Oh, yeah. Played bad.
Yeah. So, and I don't think you're going to see that.
No, I mean, they kind of went on that downtrend the last 3 or 4 weeks of not running the football, and it's like, pick that fucking thing back up, start giving it to Nixon. I mean, let's. What started you off on your win streak after the bye week? Running the football.
And to give that too of like, Bengals didn't play great, but let's also remember off a short week where a guy almost died on your field. Your number 2 wide receiver, some people were fucking blaming him for it.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Wasn't in a great spot for the Bengals to be,
Yeah. And then on Monday night, because we have a fucking Monday night game for some reason.
I fucking hate that so bad.
Too. Like, I like Troy and Joe, don't get me wrong, but just give it to them on Sunday.
I love Saturday.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I love the fucking super wild card weekend with 3 games on Saturday, 3 games on Sunday is fucking awesome. And now you're going to put one on Monday, and then you're going to fuck these teams over.
Yes.
And go, all right, well, you won, so you need to play on Saturday now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you're fucking us over in the you're going to short day us, even if it is a Sunday game. Like, what are we fucking doing?
Cowboys at the Bucks. Bucks are plus 2.5. You go first this one.
Buccaneers.
Thank God.
Fucking day.
All fucking day.
Dak Prescott is the worst fucking quarterback ever.
I was waiting for the ending to see where you're going with it. Ever. Okay, that's what we're doing. Yeah, he's bad.
He's not a good quarterback.
Not a good quarterback.
I believe I said this in years past of like, well, yeah, he throws for 400 yards a game because they're always down fucking 30, and he throws 55 passes a game. He leads the league in interceptions, and he missed 5 games.
Yeah. Bucks all day. Tommy B in the playoffs.
And the Bucks are bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
they're not.
Like,
for some reason, they're bad.
I think Mike Evans is healthy, but he looks like he's 70 years old.
Yeah. But
I don't.
This.
Because that brings up the Sean Payton thing. Like, you lose to the fucking Bucks in this first round, like, you're fucking fired. And because Jerry Jones
pissed
has given hand jobs to Sean Payton before.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he loves that fucking guy.
I mean, he was there with fucking Parcells. He loves that fucking guy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this for the NFL, this has got to be an NFL's wet dream with the AFC quarterbacks in this fucking playoff game. All of your young fucking studs that are quote unquote the NFL right now made the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
All of them. Now the only one that's not playing is Tua, but they made the fucking playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be very excited about that.
And that's the one too of, like, I was listening to Gronk was on that Up and Adams show with Kay.
Yeah.
And he's talking about like how much Burrow reminds him of Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about that just because the way, like, you just scroll through Twitter and see people talking of like, you would think that the Bengals aren't even in the fucking playoffs.
I know. Nobody talks about
like, well, yeah, the Bills are going to have to play Kansas City and Atlanta.
Yeah, it's like, no.
Hey,
no.
What do you?
Yeah. No, the Bengals now would play the Bills in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like, now we only seen a quarter or half a quarter of that game, but like, you can't just say that the Bills are.
I'm glad Hamlin's great. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's doing better. The Bengals are going to go score on that drive.
100%.
They were going down to put it up 14-3.
Yeah.
That's not a lie. They were moving the fucking ball.
Yeah. But it's just like this of like, oh, it's fucking Mahomes. And it's like, well, you fucking like Joe Burrow, like
beat him
in like
3-0 against
them.
Like,
well, they got all these weapons. Like, yeah, but they're not as good as the weapons that Joe Burrow has.
Yeah.
I think that's very, if the Bengals don't have the best weapons, they're like 1B as far as in the NFL.
I would say as a core unit, they have the best weapons. They have the best receiving trio in football.
100%.
They have the best. I mean, that's not a question.
Tight ends pretty good.
When they just don't throw it to them a whole hell of a lot.
And then they got a white guy out there now that catches touchdowns.
Yeah.
With Irwin.
Yeah. And then you have Mixon, who's a very capable, very good running back. They just don't, again, they don't run the football a whole lot.
When Mixon went down, P. Ryan was, it's like, but they talk about it like, well, you got Diggs and Gabe Davis up there in Buffalo.
But that's it.
Okay.
But that's it.
Because T. Higgins, there might be 3 teams in the NFL where T. Higgins wouldn't be the number 1 receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He just happens to be on one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's still pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The 4 weeks that Jamar was T. Higgins led the fucking league in receptions and yardage.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah. But it just seems weird. Like you see that if it's just like, I think it's just because it's the Bengals.
It's the Bengals. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you listen to Deion Sanders was on McAfee? Did you listen to that?
Mm-mm.
It's like half hour he was on there. Makes you want to go to Colorado and play.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, like he is. But me being a fan of who I'm a fan of, most obviously Cincinnati.
Yeah, when he's talking about wanting to live in Cincinnati, playing at the Reds.
I'm watching that, and he's like playing with the Reds. I fucking loved it here. We called the Bengals so I could just live here. And like, they never returned our call. I was like, are you fucking, like, I loved fucking Deion Sanders. I don't know how many games I went to watch Deion Sanders play.
Exactly. It's like, you didn't even pick up the phone?
You didn't even pick the phone up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, to hear him say like how much he loved Cincinnati, loved playing for the Reds.
Yeah.
The Bengals sucked, but I wanted to play here because I love you didn't even pick up the fucking phone
for fucking Deion Sanders.
Yeah, Deion Sanders. Yeah, not like he was a nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking Deion Sanders.
Who? Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
He wants to play.
But his whole, like, the way he goes about it and his thought process on his coaching and just kind of how he laid it out.
I love when he does that, and I love listening to him talk. He's one of the few player turned coaches that sound very genuine.
Yeah.
Very, like, this is how we actually are going to do things, not giving me something that I want to hear or something just to get the cameras on him or recruits there. He seems very genuine in what he does.
That was his, I'm going to tell the truth. And it's better for you to know quick than it is for late.
Yep.
And explain like that he is an old school, hard-nosed coach.
Yep. Yeah.
Of like,
I think we could all guess that. I mean, you can talk what you want. You know, a lot of people say, oh, he was flashy. He doesn't care. Like, no, there's fucking, you didn't hear any disciplinary issues at Jackson State.
No.
None. The guy fucking means business, and he's there to win football games.
Yeah. Like, well, but he went in there and told these kids that they better look for something. They were 1 in fucking 12.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
You better either.
Of course they need to be looking for somewhere else to play.
He told him that. It's a motivational thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm bringing guys in. I'm either, he obviously bringing a son with him.
Yeah.
I'm bringing guys in. I'm recruiting heavily. We're going to make this program either get with it or fucking find someplace else to play.
I can't remember how he said it. But he told him how he builds the team is being built of its. It was 40-40-20. It was like 40% like grad transfers and stuff, 40% transfer portal, 20% recruits.
Yeah.
He said because you need grad transfers or guys that have just been around, like you need their experience. Transfer portal guys that just need to go. Like they're transferring because they want to go to the next level of, and then you need those guys so you don't get fired.
Yeah.
So you can develop the 20% that you're bringing in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of like,
yeah, he's very
perfect sense because it's Colorado. It's not USC.
Yeah.
It's not Alabama.
Yeah.
Like you don't get the best guys every year. Like you might get one.
Yeah.
But let's win the transfer portal.
Just very, very smart and articulate in the way he goes about things.
Yeah. And it's the wall behind him in his fucking office is all the quotes that he's given over the years that are just, it's fucking awesome.
Nice.
Like, they panned out to the wide shot and it's just got all the, look good, feel good, feel good, play good. Like just all these quotes of shit that he said of like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. Coach, I'm not going to be there. You're not going to be able to pick me.
Yeah. That's the greatest.
Yeah.
When you guys picking, I'm not going to be there.
I'm not going to be there. Oh, good stuff.
All right, man. Well, I feel like that was a long episode.
That's a good one. Good episode.
Yeah. Get a little used to it because the football time keeps getting shorter because I'm not going to spend an hour and a half talking about fucking 4 games. Just not going to do it.
Can't do it.
Didn't play in the league. Not going to act like I did. So we'll let the other people do that, and then we'll piggyback off of what they say, and then we'll tell stories of how we, did stupid shit when we were kids and what we enjoy sexually. All right.
WideSide.